Mark Rogers TV running down the first huge weekend of play in the SEC, and we begin with a headliner. Number 1 Alabama at number 10 Arkansas. Are the Hogs ready for prime time? In particular, that Hog offensive line ready for the Alabama defense. Ryan Mallett protected well against Georgia, but this ain't Georgia. The Alabama pass defense giving up just 44 completion percentage this year, 1 touchdown and 5 picks in 3 games, and the Duke passing game is pretty good. Mallett produced points, 31 of them at Georgia, and again, the line protected him, but they couldn't run the ball even against Georgia. Broderick Green was the leading ground gainer for the Hogs at 41 yards, and of course, running the ball is going to prove to be much tougher against the Tide. Let's go to the other side of the line. The Alabama offensive line should control it against Arkansas. Georgia ran the ball successfully, so again, how do we expect Alabama to fare with Trent Richardson and Mark Ingram in the backfield and their great run blocking line? Very well. Greg McElroy probably won't have to make very many tough throws in this game. He'll protect the ball and the lead. Yes, Ryan Mallett's an exceptional passer, so Arkansas's got a puncher's chance, but the Tide wins this one 30-21 on the road. Next game, Bulldogs and Bulldogs. Georgia and Mississippi State both 1-2, but you got to think the Bulldogs from Georgia much more talented, and they should be able to break through in this one. They're 1-2 for the first time since 1996, but they have played some top competition with Arkansas and South Carolina on the ledger. Mississippi State has not looked good against the better competition that they've faced the last couple weeks in Auburn and LSU, getting picked off 5 times last week. The Mississippi State Bulldogs with all sorts of offensive issues. Georgia wins this game at 20-13. And now, the game that's flying under the radar really didn't look like a huge game at the beginning of the season, but could be a preview with a few upsets in the mix of the SEC championship game. Number 12, South Carolina at number 17, Auburn. The Tigers made it through a real tough Clemson team last week in overtime at home, coming back from 17-3 down to win that ball game. A real physical, tough, emotional contest. Auburn won that one, but could be setting themselves up for a letdown this week. Facing South Carolina, who had a layup against Furman last week, this looks like it's Steve Spurrier's best squad. So even though Cam Newton's extremely talented, and Auburn's, of course, at home where they're extremely tough, we give the nod in a number of ways to South Carolina. Auburn came through that emotional, physical win against Clemson, got beat up along the offensive line, losing A.J. Green, one of their starters for the season. Auburn's got the inexperienced quarterback in Cam Newton, though talented. We'll give it to Stephen Garcia and South Carolina and that defense that has played so well. Again, Spurrier's got his best squad through 3 games at least. Offense matching the defense finally under Spurrier. South Carolina wins a tough game on the Plains, 23-19. Mark Rogers TV will be back because we've got so much more to talk about this weekend in the SEC.